Should President Biden run again in 2024?
Yes.
Mr. Nadler.
Too early to say. It doesn't serve the purpose of the Democratic Party to deal with that until after the midterms.
Ms. Maloney.
I don't believe he's running for re-election.
That was Democratic Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney in the congressional primary debate in New York's 12th congressional district. And she's with us now. You took heat for those comments. You did later say that if President Biden does run for re-election, you're going to back him. But why'd you say that? Why do you think he's not going to run for re-election?
Well, first of all, I think we owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to President Biden. He saved the country by running against former President Trump, and he defeated him. And he has also done an incredible job as president, passing the Build Back Better, the American Rescue Plan, the infrastructure plan, and now the Inflation Reduction Plan, which is based off the Build Back Better. So I think he's done an incredible job and is giving us a record to run on in the 22 elections. Let's finish the 22 elections before we get to 24.
But why do you think he's not running?
That was just my own personal belief, which I'm not going to. But I will support him if he runs, and it's totally his decision.
But why do you have that personal belief?
Well, we're all entitled to have our own information and our own beliefs. But I will support him if he runs for president. He's already been an outstanding president. He's helped the city tremendously with the American Rescue Plan. It brought $5.8 billion to our city, kept our hospitals, our trains running, helped the small businesses, and provided free vaccines to everyone. And the new bill that he's come out with, I think, is really exciting, the Inflation Reduction Bill, which will allow Medicare to negotiate lower drug prices. That'll be extremely helpful, and has the first and largest investment in greening of America. And I particularly like his move to electrify the postal fleet. That's the second largest fleet in America, and it will move us towards green energy. You can use the postal offices as charging stations, and 70% of the toxic fumes that are polluting the environment come from fossil fuels. So it'll reduce that tremendously. So thank you, President Biden.
Okay, you're a fan of his. You're a fan of his, to be clear, even as you said that you think he won't be running. I do want to ask you, I think that debate...
I probably should. Mr. President, I apologize. I want you to run. I happen to think you won't be running, but when you run, or if you run, I will be there 100%. You have deserved it. You are a great president, and thank you for everything you've done for my state and all the states and all the cities in America. Thank you, Mr. President.
I think that debate may have been we'll see if he hears that. I bet he probably will. But I think that debate may have been the entry point for a lot of people watching this race. And then they start to realize, wait, why is Jerry Nadler and Congresswoman Maloney, why are they running against each other? There was a redistricting for, obviously, New York. And he actually now lives in your district. He could have run in the 10th still, his old district. But now here you are running against each other in the 12th. And it's gotten pretty testy. Case in point, a tweet that you put out questioning where Nadler was on the extension of a subway project, a very important one that matters to a lot of New Yorkers on the east side of Manhattan. He replied, "Here I am, I'm standing right next to you," a picture from the same event where he was above ground with you. Why has it gotten to this point where you guys are tit for tat on Twitter and it's getting kind of testy?
Oh, I don't think we're friends. It's unfortunate that it happened. I am running in the 12th district. 60% of it is the 12th district, the district that I represent now. He could have easily run in the 10th because his congressional office is in the 10th, and the property that he represented before is in the 10th. I expected him to run in the 10th. I was very surprised when he tweeted out that he was running in the 12th. But now we're running. But he had claimed credit for the 2nd Avenue subway, which is fine with me. It's on it's on the east side, and I worked very hard on it. It was my top priority for years. It was the only subway that's been built since I've been in Congress, not in the city, not in the state, but the whole country. And but I sort of agree now with the former President Truman. You can do a lot more if you just let everybody claim credit. So he's entitled to claim credit for it if he wants to. My only question is, why didn't he build something on the west side? He came to Congress saying he wanted to build a rail freight tunnel. It's 30 years. He still hasn't built it. So I built the subway. He can claim credit for it. But for the west side, he should have built his tunnel. All you have to do is work on it every day.
Congresswoman, we are looking forward to see what happens in this race. It's capturing a lot of attention. Carolyn Maloney, we appreciate you being with us.
Well, thank you. Thank you.